So we're being asked to solve this absolute value inequality here, and based off of our work from 1.3, I hope you guys can see how I got this down to this absolute value of v plus 5 less than 4. Um, so obviously the only thing that's different here is we have this inequality symbol, and how are we going to deal with that? Well, let's talk about this for a second. If I have the absolute value of something, who knows what, and it's supposed to be less than 4, what kind of numbers work for this? Like 3.5 would work, or like a -1 would work. That absolute value is less than 4, or like maybe a -3 works. But things that don't work are like 5. The absolute value of 5 is not less than 4, or -10. The absolute value of -10 is also not less than 4. Basically, any number that's between -4 and 4 has an absolute value that's less than 4. So that's what I want to do to try to solve something when the absolute value is less than something. I'm going to take whatever that thing is, and I make sure that it's between this number and the opposite of this number. So in this case, between 4 and -4. Now obviously, if this were a greater than symbol, then kind of the opposite is true. It's going to be not the numbers between -4 and 4, but all the numbers that are not between -4 and 4. You'll see that in the second example, though, in the you try. But keep in mind, like it would be something more like, oh, this has to be more than 4 and less than -4. But okay, now I'm starting to sound confusing, so I'll just go back. If it's less than 4, we want this thing to be between -4 and 4. So less than 4, more than -4. And now, I don't know if you guys have ever solved anything like this. It kind of depends on where you come from. But when it's looking like this, you can basically treat this like there's a little wall here and a little wall here, and you're going to do the same thing to all the sides. So basically, to get this v by itself, we're just going back to PEMDAS in reverse. This v has a 5 being added. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract a 5 from here, but also from here, and also from here, getting me a final answer of -9 less than v less than -1. Putting our answer in integral notation, we're going to see that it's going to be -9 through -1. Don't include the -9. Don't include the -1. So give that a shot. Be confident. And don't be afraid to make mistakes because you will learn from them. And if you have questions, please email me.